What it is, what it do, it's getting. I'm back in the booth with the TheSimStandard, of course. I'm gonna let the trailer play and just listen to what I gotta say. I am making this video not to critique, not to point out the sliding or morphing. Yes, it's there, but that's not the point of this video. I am making this video to give props. Props to the direction EA is going with Madden, hopefully. The reason why I say hopefully is because it seems that EA is finally looking at the details in Madden, definitely this year. I mean, we only had to wait 6 or 7 years, but at least it's kind of happening. So I'm saying the idea of this trailer looks good and promising, but how will EA show this in the game while we're playing? If our QB is having a bad game, how will Madden display this while we're playing as the QB? Is this just a single player feature? I don't know. In past Maddens, players got hot and cold. In fact, I think we could all identify when we were crushing the CPU. Without cheesing, the QB was basically impossible to sack. It was almost like the game put the QB on God mode, and in turn made the QB play better. Because if you can't get to him, you can't stop him. He's going to throw the ball and the wide receivers got open anyway. But they ended up turning the ball over anyway. So if I'm playing and my QB is having a bad game, on screen, how will the QB suffer? Will the D play better? Will my wide receivers not catch the ball but give the same animations that we had in past Maddens? If that's the case, obviously it happened already. I guess the big difference is that somehow, some way, it will be displayed on screen and maybe talked about. But I don't know. If that's the case, to me, that's like a placebo rating or number. I hope not. But how can Madden take this feature or element to another level? Some say physics. Some say no sliding or warping. I think the best thing EA can do is to focus only on the details and players that play in the NFL. Meaning, yes, it's cool how Madden is finally trying to simulate player tendencies in terms of performance. I wish Madden 12 focused on player tendencies in terms of technique. Meaning when Eli's having a bad game or being rushed constantly, he forces the ball into coverage correct, but he also protects himself from a huge hit. Also sometimes backing up, throwing the ball off his back foot, which leads to throwing the ball higher than normal, in which it makes the Giants wide receivers have to jump for the ball, reach higher to catch it. This normally leads to incomplete passes, tips that can be batted in the air for the defense to easily intercept the ball. But will Madden have different animations to visually showcase poor performances, or will we have to use our imaginations? This would make the game better, hands down. Imagine instead of seeing a stat graphic being displayed on the screen stating a wide receiver is not focused or on fire, but having special animations that make their routes better or worse. You can visually see that they are dictating to the defense where they're going, which in turn will give the defense a big enough chance to actually jump the route. I would love to see this in future games, but in the present, we should have a ton of player-specific animations by now. Maurice Jones-Drew should run like Maurice Jones-Drew, not like Adrian Peterson from the Vikings or Chris Johnson from the Titans. Drew Brees should have at least 50 to 60 different throw animations. That suits him alone because since he's so short, he has to duck, weave, jump, sidearm a lot of his throws, and yet he is still very effective at it. These details and different animation would greatly change the running game and throwing game. But imagine if EA didn't stop there. Imagine that 80% of all the different positions being played on the field having the correct and detailed fundamental animations finally being correct first of all, and that dynamic that I just described to you will definitely take Madden 12, Madden 13, whatever, into a much higher level than what it is right now. Maybe a NBA 2K level, MLB The Show level, maybe even an NFL 2K5 level. It'll leave that game in the dust. We wouldn't even think about it right now. It can be done. It should have already been done. But for now, this idea in this trailer, definitely a step in the right direction. EA, keep adding details. Make sure the game is true to the game like what your marketing say. The idea is good. I'm not bashing the idea, but let's take it another step further. Let's not get so numeric with it. Let's actually show it, visualize it. We shouldn't have to use our imaginations. That's why we're playing the game. The game is supposed to capture our imaginations. Peace out. Get it, I'm done.